Hey guys, how's it going? Haven't made a video in a while, but since I've got loads of free time on my hands, in fact 10 weeks to be exact, I thought might as well make a video of my collection. I have been collecting these games for about 2 years now, so mostly on PC, but I've also got a few PS3 games to show off as well. But this is mostly going to be about my Steam library, but also I'm going to be showing my Uplay games, and also I'm going to be talking. And actually, I'm just going to put this one out of the way. I also own Dungeon Keeper, and Dungeon Keeper 2, which I bought on GOG. That's a great game. Recommend it. You can get it pretty cheap now, so get Dungeon Keeper on good old games, GOG.com. You'll be able to find it. In fact, it's pretty cheap, even when it's not on sale. So we're not going to be talking about Steam first. We're going to be talking about Uplay. So I'm just going to set Uplay up on OBS, and then we will talk about games on Uplay. Okay, what you're looking at now is my Uplay library. Why am I using Uplay for some of my games? Because, well, the game codes at the time were cheaper for these games, basically. I don't really earn a lot of money. I'm a 17-year-old student, so Uplay codes were simply put cheaper, so I just bought them on Uplay. In fact, Uplay's not actually that bad. It does have annoying online issues with some games, but it seems to be working fine. It is annoying to have that alongside Steam, and I can see why people don't like it, but could be worse. I also have games on Origin, but the games I really care about on Origin I already got connected to my Steam, so don't worry about Origin. So start off. So first thing I want to say, this isn't gonna have any gameplay footage. This is mostly gonna be a podcast. So if you want, you can play something or do something else on the side of this video. In fact, I would recommend that because this is just going to be me talking in front of a bunch of stills, basically. Well, in front of what you see here. So, and I don't think that's going to be very interesting. So, I would recommend doing something at the same time as watching this, unless you really don't mind. This is probably better off as a podcast or whatever. So, first game. Drive of San Francisco. I beat this game last year. It was pretty good from what I remember. I do remember I did sort of force myself to complete it though. I mean, it wasn't very long. It was only about 6 to 7 hours long, and it was fun at times. But I don't know. I just remember struggling with it. I don't remember it being that interesting. But actually, I'm going to mention this now. I am kind of fussy with some games that I play. Some games which everyone says is brilliant, I don't really see the appeal in. So you might get that quite a lot. So now that you know that, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Am I about to let's try this again. Am I about to bash Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon? No, of course I'm not. Blood Dragon's great. It's only about 4 hours long, but I really enjoyed it. It's more Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3, which we'll talk about later, is an amazing game. But Blood Dragon was great. I would recommend that. Again, bought it on Uplay because it was cheaper. Only like £4 at the time. This was when I first got my computer. For Christmas 2013, and beat it within a week, and it was great. Haven't played Splinter Cell Blacklist that much. I've played the other ones. In fact, the first one I played was Pandora Tomorrow, and that was great. I remember getting that on the PS2. That was a great game. Then I got Chaos Theory in the first one. Those were pretty good. Chaos Theory had the best gameplay. One was the longest. We'll talk about the others in a bit, but Blacklist. The PC port was annoying. Let's just say that. I mean, I got this at the time when I still had an R7 250. Yes, an R7 250 was my first graphics card, and that didn't run the game that well. And also, Uplay has this. The saves only work if you're connected online through Uplay, basically. But when you're offline, the servers act a bit dodgy. But so I haven't really played it enough. I might try it again. Might. But I just haven't been bothered. I'm just there. The crew. A lot of people didn't like this. I thought the driving was a bit unrealistic. In fact, I actually spoke to someone about this. They said they liked it. They thought the driving was a bit poo, but it's not Forza. So we could he did kind of forgive it, because he said, well, this ain't Forza, so it's fair enough. But yeah, the driving is a bit funny. Let's say this. One thing I will say though, I did meet a couple people online on this, just randomers, and we did just enjoy ourselves. We were mostly just driving around the map. In fact, that was the most thing to do. That was the most fun thing to do on this game. Just drive around on the giant map. That makes the game worth buying. I only bought it for about £20, and that was I kind of got it with my birthday money this January, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was worth the money. I made my money's worth. Did kind of stop playing it because, well, during the time I was playing it, some IRL problems started occurring, and now when I play this game, I just think of that issue, and it just kind of killed it for me. But not a bad game. I think could be better, could be worse. Worth it if you can find it for about £20. But yeah, next game, Watch Dogs. This was the first game I ever bought on release. Well, the first game I ever pre-ordered. I enjoyed it, but in fact I wasn't really hyped for it. In fact, I wasn't really expecting to get it. I sort of just had some money one day and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it, screw it. And honestly, I made my money's worth. I don't think it's the worst game ever. In fact, I know a lot of people hated it. I wasn't really with the hype, so I can't really comment, but I did enjoy it for the most part. I mean, the PC port was rubbish and I was having some issues, but I did sort of just bear with it a bit, and then I completed it. I enjoyed it. In fact, I actually bought this at the time I was revising for my exams last year, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I wasn't really expecting it to be a god game or anything, but yeah, it was a pretty good game nonetheless. If you can get it for about 20, then I would say check it out, but make sure you can run it, or don't bother if you got a PS3, then don't bother getting it. Part of the point of this game is that that the graphics are fancy. That's what I didn't like about playing it on low settings, because I kind of had to because of my low graphics card. It takes something away playing settings like that. If you take that away, the game is a bit yeah. But I don't know. That's kind of just me. That makes me sound like a graphics whore, and I kind of am. But yeah, okay. That's the Uplay games. Now onto Steam. Okay, now we are going to talk about all the games we own on Steam, and then we're going to end with PS3 games, which I'm currently collecting. That won't take too long, so we'll do that at the end. But I have a lot of games. There is 90 here, or 98 actually, and there's also 167 hidden ones. But some of those I'm just going to be like, hardly played it, didn't like it, got it for free. So those won't take very long. These might. And also, these aren't all my games. I am going to admit I have had my fair share of pirate copying games. I don't really do that much anymore because, well, I've started to earn a bit more money and I'm sort of growing up a bit, I guess you could say. But I have done that, so some games which may be missing, which may be must-haves, I may have played, but I may have just pirated. But nowadays, what I've started doing, if I've pirated a game, but I enjoyed it, then I tend to buy it again later. In fact, I've done that quite a lot. And I have been doing that, especially with the recent Steam sale. But yep, I have pirated a few games in my life, but not really much anymore. So if there are a few games that I'm missing, then that would be why, or it just didn't interest me. Okay, and also do excuse these black bars. I am playing Steam. I do have Steam on a dodgy window because I don't want to reveal all the games by doing that, so I kind of just did this just so then I could just fail. Then I could just sort of just move it down like that, and then I can just focus on the one game, focus on the image, and just focus on talking about that one game. So first of all, Age of Empires 2 and 3. Hardly played 3, but it just felt like 2 with a graphical upgrade. And 2, I got this on New Year's Eve, or sort of around that time, and it was great. In fact, that was great when I first played that. I got addicted to it, played it for about 5 hours. Haven't played it since though. But I did get into it. I actually managed to get myself to understand how the game works for the most part. So yeah, I will come back to that. And also we've got the Age of Empires expansions. Age of Mythology, never played it. Probably won't for a while. I have like a little playlist here for long-term strategy games and also games I'm going to be playing when I go to America in August. But that was on the top, so I haven't really bothered to play it. I know it's similar to Age of Empires, so it can't be too bad. I haven't played Anno 1404 as well, but what I have played is Anno 2070, which is great. I haven't played it in a while, but from what I played, that game was great. I really enjoyed that. What interested me in the game is the setting. something about building a futuristic city just really grabbed me, and I'm glad I bought it because I really enjoyed it. I will probably play it again. I've got, like I said, I've got about 10 weeks of free time, well about 7 because 3 of those I'll be in America, but yep, I probably should play that again. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This is probably the best Assassin's Creed. Before it was 2, but 2 is still the best for story. This one's the best for gameplay and also setting. I don't know why, but games set in the Caribbean I just adore. And the only thing about this, it didn't need to be an Assassin's Creed game. They could have just called it Black Flag and said we're using the Assassin's Creed engine for this, but we don't want this to be associated with the Assassin's Creed games. If it did that, then that would have been brilliant. But nope, it's now tainted by Assassin's Creed, which has recently gone downhill. Yes, I have played Unity, and yes, it's rubbish. Assassin's Creed Rogue. Played about 30 minutes of it. Apparently it's supposed to be like Black Flag, but not in the Caribbean. That was the reason I enjoyed Black Flag loads, so I don't know. I probably will play it eventually. Banner Saga. Haven't played it. Don't worry, you won't get this a lot for this. This is just these top games just happen to be games I've played. Batman Arkham City. We're gonna talk about the other Batman games in a little bit. No, I don't have Arkham Knight because, well, if you know about the recent news with PC gaming, you'll know why I don't own Arkham Knight. I can't even pirate Arkham Knight. But anyway, Arkham City. This I beat it in about a couple days, and I'm not sure whether I enjoy it more than Asylum. I like the setting of Asylum more because that was more like an enclosed island, sort of Bioshock-esque, and I don't know why, but I just prefer that. This is more of an open world city. I mean, if you haven't played the Arkham games, they're amazing. The combat of these games is absolutely amazing. But they're not the longest game in the world, but there is a lot of replay value to it. There's a hard mode which does change quite a lot. In fact, some of the few HUD elements in normal mode are taken away from hard, so it does make it a lot more interesting. And also the PC version, well, at least this version, apparently this was rubbish on launch, but from what I've played of this version, the PC version is spot on. In fact, I actually have a laptop. You can't, well, obviously you can't see it, but I had this laptop which sort of plays games if they're running through DX9, and this game ran immaculately, solid 60 with pretty much everything on, even MSAA. And it's not the best laptop in the world, it's just a Dell, just a fancy Dell laptop that happens to play games, and I don't know why, but this game worked perfectly on it, which is quite cool. Besiege. Got this on the Steam Summer Sale, the recent one that's just happened. I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it, to be honest. It was £4.20. I haven't beaten all the levels. I don't really have the imagination to build giant mechs in this game, but I did enjoy it from what I played. I can see the appeal of it, and I'm looking forward to when there's going to be updates. I definitely think I spent my money well on that. Bioshock. Right. Funny story about this. I bought this on the 360. I currently don't have a 360 anymore because, well, I'm not going to go into detail while I don't have my Xbox 360 anymore, but I don't have an Xbox 360 anymore, and I bought this game on that, played it for about an hour, and then just blank. I can't remember anything from it. I know the start, that's about it. I don't know why. It's probably because it hasn't aged well. I've just used to different shooters. But I will play it again because obviously it's the PC version, so I will play it again. And also I did recently play through Burial at Sea for Bioshock Infinite, which we'll talk about in a bit. So that's kind of why I picked that up, and also it was on sale. Borderlands. PC version's rubbish. The game, I don't know why. For some reason, this is going to sound crazy, but I enjoyed this more than the second one. I mean, the shooting in the second one's better, but I enjoyed the setting of this one, and there seemed to be more colour in this one as well. I don't know why. I just preferred the colour scheme to this. I know that sounds a bit strange, but I just did. I mean, Borderlands is a game that you've really got to play co-op with friends to really get the full experience out of. And, well, since I'm a PC gamer, and since we're sort of well, I don't have too many friends on PC, let's just put it that way. All my friends tend to play well, Xbox and stuff like that. But I haven't really played it with anyone. I am enjoying it. I'm slowly getting through it, and yeah. One thing I will say though, I did get about 10 hours in, then my save file corrupted. I tried to install a mod and that completely broke my save file, so I had to replay that again. But luckily I got past that bit. Borderlands pre-sequel. I don't have 2 because... Okay, I'm just going to admit it. I pirated 2, didn't enjoy it, only played about 10 hours of it and then just deleted it. The pre-sequel, I do like the gravity. It's a little... There is... like, because this is set on the moon, there isn't as much gravity, so it is interesting, but... yeah, I still need to play that more. Bully. It's like GTA, but toned down, let's just put it that way. It's sort of like in school, and instead of shooting, you're fighting. Now, for those who think this game is solely about bullying, this is called Bully in the same way GTA is called, well, GTA. You can bully people. Actually, no, it's probably the equivalent to killing people in GTA. You can do it, but you don't. It's more just there because they can put it in for realism purposes, and not really there or encouraged in any way. The game's mostly about fighting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The game's mostly about fighting and shooting things with catapults and stuff, and it's all set in school, and it's great. It really is. The fighting's not as good as Arkham Asylum, but the fighting is still pretty damn good. Pretty damn enjoyable, and also there's a nice charm to it, which I really enjoyed. It is worth picking up. The PC port isn't great, but it's worth picking up. This game. This is a game I recently picked up, Chivalry. I wish I bought this game earlier. This is amazing. I really like this game. I don't know why. It's the combat is basically just a more advanced version of Skyrim's combat. I don't know why. I just fell in love with it. I mean, it's got plenty of gore, plenty of action, the community isn't that bad, and it's just, I don't know why, I just found it interesting. And also I played this with a friend and it was a blast. To play this with friends and you have an absolute laugh. In fact, all my friends who have played this have agreed that it's a laugh, and I can't recommend it enough. And also I am going to buy the DLC. I've heard it's not as good, but I'm still going to get it anyway because... well, I just am. Cities Skylines, probably one of the better games released this year, actually. It's basically Sim City, except better. The only thing it's missing, it has everything else. It even has a first-person mode where you can explore the city. Well, it's a mod, but it has that anyway. The only thing that's missing from it is the disasters. If they include that in mods, then this pretty much dethrones Sim Cities, and it's amazing. Probably one of the best games released this year. If you know me in real life, you will know my opinion on this game. This is the greatest game I have ever played, all time. I cannot recommend this game enough. It's long, it's hard, it's fair, and it's fun. And it's also highly replayable. In fact, one could say it's got unlimited replay. And the combat is so good, the controls are perfect. Everything in this game is amazing. I don't have one problem with it. There are a few, let's say, bosses that aren't too fun, but I would say this is my favourite game of all time. I've got little to no flaws with it, and the flaws I do have are sort of just personal preferences. I know some people don't agree with my opinions, just some of the bosses aren't that fun, but I really love this game. I made the mistake of picking this game up when I started revising for my exams last year for my GCSEs in school. Yeah, you can probably guess why that was a bad idea, because most of my time I was thinking about this gem. I cannot recommend this game enough. It is beautiful. So, what about Dark Souls 2? No, it's not as good. And it's... well, basically, the guy who is involved with this, Miyazaki, I think he's called Mizuyaki. I really don't know, but it's a long Japanese name. He wasn't involved with the creation of this one, and that is why this one isn't as good. This one just doesn't have as much of an atmosphere or as much of a... I don't know. There's something missing in this. I mean, it's still got the core combat, and that's why I don't hate it. But if they completely took that combat out, then I would hate this game. In fact, if I played this before I played the first one, I probably wouldn't like it. In fact, if I played Demon Souls first, then I probably wouldn't like Dark Souls either. But I probably wouldn't like this either. But basically, the only reason I enjoyed the second one is because it had the core of the first one, which I absolutely adored. But I would still recommend it, but play this one first. If you got to choose, get this one. It's so good. Just buy it full price. It's about £20, but you will not regret it. In fact, I've showed a few friends about this, and I showed a few friends the game, and they have sort of said for a joke, oh, it's crap, this, because they know how much I adore this game. But everyone else who's played it has agreed that it is a masterpiece. I cannot recommend it enough. But Dark Souls 2, get it if you enjoyed this one, but just brace yourself. It's not as good as the first one. Fingers crossed for Dark Souls 3. And no, I haven't played Bloodborne because I don't own a PS4, unfortunately. But I was quite close to buying a PS4 for Bloodborne, but I heard you don't get shields in it, and that is sort of how I like playing these games. But, man, I'll probably play it one day. Dead Space 2, I have played the first one. In fact, it's on my library somewhere. Need to play it a bit more. Deadpool. I'm going to admit I pirated this one because you can't buy it on Steam. And also, at the time I got it, I didn't actually have an Xbox or a PS3. This is quite good actually. If you have a PS3 or 360, I would recommend picking it up. If you're the only thing you have on PC, then unfortunately you're gonna have to pirate it. I say that because I would recommend playing this. So get it any chance you can. Obviously, if you can get it legally, then I do recommend doing that. But if you don't have a choice, then you might have to do that. And it's great. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's funny. I mean, it's not replayable. I mean, I kind of got bored of it a second time through, but first playthrough was great. Democracy 3. If you look at screenshots for this game, it looks boring as hell. Surprisingly, it's not. It also looks really complicated as hell, but somehow I managed to learn how to play it. I'm saying this because there are a few strategy games which we'll talk about later, which I haven't totally clicked with, and one series in particular I'm kind of annoyed I haven't clicked with. But anyway, all I'm going to say is this looks boring and this looks complicated, but it's not, and you would be surprised on how good it is. Deus Ex Human Revolution, hardly played it. Will do because it's on my laptop for Florida playlist, so I am going to be playing that on my laptop when I go to America because, well, yeah. Devil May Cry 4. Played about a couple hours of this, but I am also playing through 1, 2, and 3 on my PS3. I bought the HD remake a couple days ago, actually, so I'm waiting to complete those before I move on to this. One thing I will say, though, apparently this one's easier than 1 and 3. And apparently 2 is just pathetic. And apparently DMC, which we'll talk about in a minute, apparently these... Actually, no, we might as well talk about them both. Apparently these ones are easier than 1 and 3. I tried to play 1 and I just got my ass kicked. So then I played 2 first because I was told 2 wasn't that good. So I sort of moved to 2 so then it would A, lower my expectations, and B, just get me warmed up. But I think that was a mistake because 2's a bit too easy. Like I'm already halfway through the game and it took me like an hour and a half. But that's just one of the campaigns. But yep, I will play these once I've played 1 and 3. But then again, I might play through. Then again, I might play through these ones first because, well, they're supposed to be easier. And 1 and 3 are kicking my ass. They really are. Doom 3 BFG edition, pretty good. I know some people who've played the original said that the whole point of the game was that you supposed to hold that the whole idea was the flashlight was a different item. It's not in this. It's like a gun attachment or something, or sort of like how it is in Left 4 Dead. But some people didn't like that. I sort of did because it sort of made sense, and also because the graphics are better. But I wrote a review for this game and said, well, the original Doom 3, and said, you know what, you're better off just getting the original version if you haven't played this already. And I got some shit for that review, but I just ignored it, just told them to, to get lost, pretty much. Dragon Age Origins, didn't get into it. I didn't get into Inquisition either. I tried it last year, just couldn't get into it. Now these games. Right, funny history about this. I played Oblivion a couple years ago, didn't like it that much. Then I played Skyrim, and you could probably guess I really like Skyrim. In fact, I'm actually playing through this properly, and I'm getting pretty far into this game. In fact, I'm actually doing really well, so I am close to getting some progress done in this game. This one I'm going to save for America and play again properly. That's why it hasn't been installed. But I don't know, because basically I went to Cornwall a few weeks ago and I just played this the whole time I was there, and it's great. It really is. It does. You've got to really be in the mind to play it. But for some reason I haven't been in that mind, and I've just heard like my microphone's clicking, so my apologies about that. Yeah, I can hear my own voice in the mic. It just lets me know how I'm talking. If there is any clicking in the mic, then I can just apologize for it. Anyway, but yeah, you do sort of have to be in the set mind to play it. Well, at least I do. But when you are, then it's great. You know what? We're going to talk about... Actually, you know what? We'll just talk about this one. I haven't played this one properly, but it's... Okay, I'm just going to say this. Total War games, I tried my best to like them. I've even bought all of them, but I just can't get over the learning curve. I've just hit my mic, I'm sorry. I cannot get over the learning curve. I cannot get this game. I cannot understand this game. It feels like revising for an exam. It really does, but I really just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I don't know why, but I am going to try it again when I have some time. I'm not sure whether I have time in the summer because I've got to beat a load of other games, but this game just hasn't... I mean, I like it, I enjoy it, but I'm just so bad at it, and I keep getting my ass kicked even on the easiest difficulties, and it's annoying. Enslaved. Hardly played it. From what I played, it was sort of just like Uncharted with combat and fight robots and stuff. It's alright. The Escapist. This is probably the best game that's released this year. This is amazing. I've put about 150 hours. In fact, this is actually on par with how much I played Dark Souls. In fact, I actually I went through a bit of a live streaming phase. I really need to start live streaming again, but I went on a live stream and we just played this all the time. It was great fun. Just talking with people. In fact, all the maps are fun. They're all fun to replay, and there's a level editor in it, which is not only simple, but the maps people are making are absolutely crazy, and I love it. I love this game. Cannot recommend it enough. Could play it forever. Really good. Like, if I was chosen to pick 5 games to take and only play those 5 games the rest of my life, this would be one of them. Another one would be Dark Souls. The other 3 I would have to think about. Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's one of those games where you play it at the same time with watching like a YouTube video or playing or listening to a podcast or something, or watching the rest of Orange is the New Black on Netflix. It's good, but you can't play it on your own. In fact, it is addictive. Like, there's something relaxing about driving your trucks around Europe, but if you're playing it just without listening to anything else, then it does get a bit there. Just like driving a regular car, so it is somewhat realistic. Haven't got into it. Europa Universalis, haven't got into it. Fallout New Vegas. Oh, I think I need to mention something. Earlier, I did say that I didn't get into a particular game. That was Dragon Age Origins and also Deus Ex Human Revolution. So if I do forget to mention the games, then I'm sorry. I know I'd said at the start of this video to listen to this video as if it was a podcast, and I've just noticed I've been not naming games, so I apologize about that, and I'm gonna not do that again. Okay, Fallout New Vegas. Need to get into this. I absolutely adored 3. In fact, I played 3 last summer and absolutely adored it, especially the DLC. I was surprised by the DLC, but we'll talk about Fallout 3 in a bit. But I really need to play this again properly. I've got all the DLC and everything. It is the Ultimate Edition, but I really need to set some time aside. We'll talk about the first Five Nights at Freddy's game in a bit. That's sort of hidden. All I'm going to say is this one's the easiest to play, and therefore this one's technically the most enjoyable one because it's less scary and easier. But some people see that as a bad side, because that is kind of what the game is about. But therefore, this one is the easiest to enjoy. And also, Like these games are all both of these games are different. A lot of people complain because they had like a 3 month gap, but they are very different games. They've got a similar engine and similar theme, but they are very different games. Um, yeah, this one's the hardest. This one I didn't get close to beating. This one I completed, and the first one I think I got to night 7. But yeah, this second one just didn't click with me. I don't know why. That was difficult, and there's no way I'm going to be completing all the levels on the hardest difficulty because I've seen YouTube videos and apparently it's really frustrating. So that's enough about the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Why do I have this installed? Yeah, I tried playing this the other day. It's just I don't know, it's Call of Duty with Batman and special features and stuff, and it's alright. It's a free-to-play game worth trying. Right, GTA 5. This is kind of one of the reasons I upgraded my graphics card, but this game is... Whew. I mean, funny story. I played all the GTA games, including 3, in fact all of them from 3, and I didn't see what all the fuss was about. A lot of people saying they're the greatest games ever made, but I just couldn't see what the fuss was about. And so when 5 came out, at first I was just like, guys, this is just a fucking game. Calm down about it. And then eventually I just like, oh, eventually, because everyone was saying this is amazing, I just went, alright, fine, I'll buy it. And I was saving up for the computer which I'm actually recording this video from at the moment. I was saving up for that, and I was just like, alright, fine, I'll buy it. And I am glad I did, because this is absolutely amazing. The PC version is even better, obviously better graphics, is 60 frames. Performance is a little weird, like I get 90 frames at night and about 40 in the day, which is a little annoying, but yeah. And also I haven't really fully optimized it on my computer because I've been playing other things. Also mods are great on this one, absolutely amazing. In fact, it's worth buying this again. Only get this if you only get this if A, you haven't played the PS4 version or the Xbone version, but A, if you haven't played those versions. Actually no, if you have played those versions, only get this if you're really interested in modding and the level editor. But if you're only interested in for the graphical upgrade, then I would say just don't bother. But I'm still glad I got it. I pre-ordered it because I knew it wasn't going to suck, and I was right. Hitman 2, haven't played it properly. The reason I bought that was because of blood money. I played this yesterday for a few hours actually, and it's amazing. It really is. Yeah, I I don't know why. I played Absolution a couple years back. Well, 2013, I think I played through that, and it was naff. But yeah, obviously everyone says Absolution's the worst one, but this one isn't. This is great. And also the PC controls, I don't know why, but the controls on PC are dead on. I mean, they're simple, they're easy to use, and I don't know why, but I love that because the game doesn't require you to study a textbook to really understand it. That was sort of why I didn't enjoy Contract so much, because the controls just weren't as simple. I've been spoiled by blood money, honestly. But I am going to try playing through these games again, but I'm going to complete Blood Money first because I'm enjoying that one quite a lot. Homeworld Remastered. Oh, honestly, I found it boring. I don't know why, I just thought it was a bit too slow for me. I mean, it's interesting, but I just thought it was slow. I don't know why, I just couldn't get into the pacing of the game. I mean, I understood everything and how it all worked, but I just thought the game just was slow and just went on and on and on and on, and I just couldn't enjoy it. So that's kind of why I stopped playing that. The second best game that's released this year, Hotline Miami 2. Amazing. Cannot suggest it enough. The level editor isn't out yet. They said that would be out by the end of spring this year, and it's now July and we haven't heard anything about it, but yeah, when that comes out, this is going to be amazing. The campaign on this was amazing. In fact, if you haven't played the first one, it's sort of a top-down shooter where everyone dies in one hit, including yourself. But the second one pretty much just improves all the gameplay mechanics and everything, and also the soundtrack. What Hotline Miami does, they play like sort of 90s electronic music in the background, and it's absolutely amazing. The second one, though, even better. In fact, the music's so good, I actually downloaded it to my phone. And that's a compliment for me, because I don't normally listen to music, but I thought the soundtrack was that good, I downloaded it to my phone. And occasionally listen to it while going to college. Which, yeah. That's good. This is second best game of the year, first being Escapists. LA Noire. Haven't touched this since, well, ages. I don't know why. I just haven't touched it. Haven't played it properly. I mean, it's a good game. I just haven't been bothered to play it recently. I mean, I need to, but I've still got another 10, 20 hours to go, and I just can't be asked. Haven't played Legend of Grimrock 2 that much. Lichdom I haven't played a lot, but it seems interesting. Performance isn't that great, but from what I've seen, it looks interesting. Lords of the Fallen. Oh my god. Right. When this game came out, I still had a crappy graphics card, and this game just wouldn't work at all. Oh my god, and I spent ages trying to optimize it, and I was getting really annoyed. I mean, I've got it because it's it's a Dark Souls like, and it just didn't work at all. I need to play it through properly, but I've sort of been a bit traumatized by all of that. In fact, I've put about 8 hours of this, and I was running it at about 20 frames per second. I have no idea how I could do that, but I did. And I'm a bit traumatized by that, and that's why I haven't played it since. Mass Effect, hardly played. Medieval 2 Total War. What I like about this one is that this works on my laptop. Not my one I was talking about earlier. I've got like a little netbook which I use for college work. That means I can take this to college and play it at college if I'm bored. Except, nah, I hardly do that anymore. But yeah, this works on my laptop, which I like, honestly. And I enjoy it. I really do. I mean, I'm still stuck at Total War, but I still enjoy them. The Metro games. A couple years ago, I played through 2033. I liked it. I liked it, but I just sort of sold it before I completed it. And have I messed up the scaling on this? Have I messed this up? For God's sake, right, hold on, bear with me. There we go, sorry about that. Anyway, so, I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, I bought 2033 a couple years ago, played it for a bit, then just sort of got rid of it because I needed money. Last Light I'm enjoying at the moment. I am sort of struggling to get through it. I'm kind of finding it a bit hard to finish, but I am enjoying it, and also it runs pretty damn well on my computer. I've got a GTX 960 for those who are wondering, and don't worry about the RAM and processor, that's all AMD 6 core and 8 gigs of RAM, that's all fine. It's the graphics card that's the biggest thing. It's a 960. Might and Magic X, same as Legend of Grimrock, I haven't really played it. They're both similar games, and I have, like, they're one of those games where you sort of like, when you got to move forward, you've got to keep tapping forward. I mean, I played a game ages ago on a DS that was like that. It was called Orcs and Elves, I think so. I think it was. In fact, I think there was a review on my channel ages ago. I think I've removed it now, but yeah, I had it. That surprised me on how much I enjoyed that. That's kind of why I picked this and Legend of Grimrock up, because I enjoyed that game and I thought I would enjoy this. Still need some time to get into this though, but it works on my laptop at least, so I will be able to at some point. Wreckfest, Nick's car game, also known as. They recently updated this. I haven't really played it since. I sort of bought this for the tech demo, which Nerdcubed uploaded a video for it, and that's what sold me it, honestly. So that's kind of why I got it. Painkiller. Actually, Painkiller's good. It's Hell and Damnation I didn't really get into. This is good, and I do enjoy it when I play it, but I can only force myself to play it for about half an hour, and then I just turn it off and play something else. Plague Inc. Evolved. I don't know why I keep coming back to this game. I honestly find the gameplay boring as hell, and I think it's more fun to watch. Basically, if you haven't played this on the iPhone or this version, basically you make a plague, you name it, you start in a country, and then you keep evolving it to make it infect and eventually kill everyone in the world. Yeah, and it's set on Earth, and I don't know why it's more fun to watch than play. And this version, I did sort of review this on Steam. I don't know why, but this version I find to be incredibly grindy because you get these upgrades, some of which are kind of necessary for beating some of the later levels. And yeah, I did. And to unlock these upgrades, you've got to grind the game, and yeah, that's what I didn't like about it. Prison Architect. This is amazing. I mean, I always get a bit scared later on and stop playing when the prison gets a bit too complicated, because that's just me, I'm an idiot. But when I do play the game, oh, it's brilliant. In fact, it's an early access, but get it anyway. It's absolutely brilliant. I cannot suggest it enough. Resident Evil 4, I got this on release when it came out. It's the Ultimate HD edition. What can I say that hasn't been said? Resident Evil 4 is the best Resident Evil in the series. Some could argue it's this one, but no, Resident Evil 4 is better. I actually had a friend who played through Revelations 2, and I just told them, have you played 4 before? And they were like, no. And I was just like, play 4. 4 is better than the rest of the Resident Evil games by miles. And also, they said that they don't like the fact it's got a companion. The thing is, the companion behaves herself in this. You can tell her to stop moving. And also, if you aim the gun in front of her, she'll duck. If you aim it and she's behind you, she'll hide behind you. And you can also tell her to hide in like cupboards and dustbins and stuff like that. And it's a great game. I mean, it's quite scary, especially in the hardest difficulties, because oh god, I'm running out of ammo. Oh god, what am I gonna do? And that can be quite freaky, but yeah, it's really good. I would suggest it. Need to play this version a bit more, and also need to play Revelations 2 a bit more, but from what I played, I don't like the idea where you're locked in a house and you've got to keep figuring out where you're going to do next, because you end up just getting lost and just wandering around. I hate it when games do that. That was a problem I had with Devil May Cry as well, where you're stuck in just one house and you've got to keep walking around, and it just annoyed me. I mean, that is just me, but games that do that annoy me. I mean, unless the instructions are clear and where you've got to go, unless that's completely clear, I end up getting lost, and it's just annoying. And it's not that I'm bad with maps and stuff, it's just sometimes I just can't work out what I've got to do next, and it just gets annoying, and it starts hurting my brain. I need to play Revelations 2 a bit more. The PC port is poop. All I'm going to say. Rise of Nations, it's similar to Age of Empires. In fact, I've played it about as much as Age of Empires, and it's good. From what I've played, I haven't played it too much. Can't really comment on that. Rogue Legacy. This is a roguelike game, basically. It's interesting. This is one of those games you've really got to watch like a video that Total Biscuits made on it. And it's a good game. It's quite addictive. It's frustrating. And it's bloody hard, and you've got to play it for ages to really get far in the game, but it's good for what it is, but just be warned, it's bloody difficult. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I haven't got the imagination for it, if I'm honest with you. I mean, I have 2, but I just don't have the imagination to make parks massive. I mean, I sort of did this more in 2, but the thing is, in Roller Coaster Tycoon, what I liked doing was just making giant roller coasters that would go as fast as you can, and that's about all I've done. I've played the main campaign on Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, but that's about it. Okay, Rome Total War. Again, same problem I had with the other ones. I just can't get my head around the mechanics. I mean, one thing I will say about Rome, which I didn't like, they can't really help this, but that's just one of the reasons I enjoyed Medieval 2 more than this one. In Medieval 2, the spearmen are called spearmen, and the archers are called archers. This one, they've got the fancy Roman names, like the spearmen are called Triarii, and it's just, I mean, I probably got that wrong, so I apologise if I did. The Triarii is probably the swordsman, for all I know. I don't know, it's been a while since I played this, but I don't know why. I mean, they can't help that, because obviously it's set in Rome, but it's one of the reasons I just enjoyed Medieval 2 more, because it's just that one step simpler. Haven't played the Stalker games properly. I know there's a lot of games I really need to get into. I mean, that's a bit of a problem with owning so many games on Steam. You get quite a bit of a backlog really quickly. Goddamn sales are so annoying. But yeah, I played Shadow of Chernobyl for a bit. I mean, all I can remember is this game was bloody hard. I mean, I didn't think it was creepy or disturbing or anything. I just remember it being difficult, and I've got to play it more. Saints Row the Third. When this came out, I thought this was the greatest game ever. I mean, it was great. Now I do sort of take that back, but I still think it's a pretty damn good game. I mean, I understand why people didn't like it, but this is, I mean, one thing about Saints Row 2 is that it was way too slow paced. This one definitely isn't too slow paced. You start by robbing a bank, then you raid an armory, and then you have a massive gunfight on a plane. If I swap the armory and the plane fight around. But, oh, I've just knocked my microphone, I apologise. But, yeah, it's brilliant, basically, and the graphics are quite nice, and also you got some nice futuristic-ish toys. And I just preferred it over 2. But we'll talk about 2 a little later. Serious Sam 3. I did pirate this about a year ago now, and I have recently bought it on Steam, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's gory and runs. Actually, it doesn't run that well on my computer. I don't get a solid 60 for whatever reason. It's a bit weird about that, but yeah, from what I've played, I did enjoy it quite a lot. Shadow Warrior. Need to play this a bit more, but this has the same problem I was on about with Resident Evil earlier, where if the game doesn't really tell me where you've got to go, I end up getting lost, and I end up getting bored, and I end up getting frustrated, and I stop playing the games. I know some people enjoy that kind of thing, but I just personally don't. But I do prefer the setting and the tone of this game. This has got a very comedic style, and also it isn't too bloody difficult. I mean, it's challenging, don't get me wrong, but there is a shooter which we'll talk about in a bit, which I couldn't enjoy because it felt a little too a little too difficult and a little too just in your face to really get into. Yep, obviously this isn't a Steam game. Simpsons Hit and Run. Of course, I had to get this on PC. Of course, I had to rebuy it. But oh my, it hasn't dated one bit. It's still as fun as it was years ago. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'm just talking from nostalgia, but this game hasn't aged at all. In fact, I might actually replay it. It's not a massively long game. It's only about 3 hours long, but it's so good. If you haven't played this game, then you are missing out. The only reason you've got for not wanting to play this game is if you don't like The Simpsons. If so, why? I mean, fair enough, but okay. Yet Sims 3, haven't played it properly. I'm not going to go into detail about the last time I played this, but because of the last time I played this, I don't really want to play it again because of a particular person who I played it with last time. Sport, need to play it a bit more. From what I played, it was pretty good. I mean, the level editor's funny. I made one that just looks stupid, and I just took a screenshot of my friend and like, dude, just look at this. I did this by accident. But yeah, that's another one I need to play a bit more. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I can already tell this is going to be better than the new one. I need to put a few more hours into this one as well, but from what I played, it's pretty good. The graphics have dated, but the gameplay somehow still holds up. It's simple, don't get me wrong, it's simple gameplay, but it's still pretty solid gameplay. State of Decay. After 4 hours, this lost my interest. I even bought the DLC, but even those just lost my interest. I don't know why, just something about the game's atmosphere just lost me. I don't know why, but something killed it for me, and I don't know what it is. Haven't played the Stronghold Crusader games yet, but they're sort of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but for castles. One thing I don't like is that there's no real tutorial, and yep, obviously back in the day they said read the manual, and nowadays you sort of have to look it up on YouTube, but the thing is, I don't sort of like that idea. I like to think that if I was a tester testing the game, then with no instruction manuals or guides on YouTube or anything, then would I be able to play this game? And the short answer is no, so I don't think you should get me to be a games tester. System Shock 2, got this on GOG because it was cheap. Haven't really got into it. It's a bit too complicated for me. Too complicated for ASB. The Thief games are pretty good. In fact, I played the original one a couple months ago now, I think it was. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I don't know why. I just really got into it. I mean, it was, again, has that thing where it doesn't really tell you where you need to go, and I end up getting lost a few times, but apparently the Thief 2 is a lot more direct and a lot more linear. So that's why I'm looking forward to playing that. And apparently Thief Deadly Shadows is supposed to be a lot more open world. So I haven't really played that a lot. Right, this War of Mine. This is really dark, this game. Really depressing. And I honestly love it. This is my kind of game right here. I mean, it does take a little bit of getting your bearings, but once you've learnt it, this is so addictive. It's so good. I mean, I did sort of get this because I thought, you know what, this actually looks quite interesting. I'm going to give it a go, and I'm glad I did because this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And also, it's supposed to depress you. It's sort of horror, but not really, oh god, scary horror. It's more dark, depressing, war is hell horror. And it's brilliant. Cannot recommend it enough. And also, it's tense as well, because it's sort of like survival, like item resource management, and it's scary, but you've also got to plan out. Like, what I do is I open a text document on the side and be like, okay, I've got to get this and this and this and this. And it's so good, I cannot recommend it. Tomb Raider, yeah, I can't comment on that either. And, yep, I told you I own all the Total War games, and I still haven't understood them. I will say that Shogun 2 is probably the best one. I don't know why, but I think Shogun 2 definitely takes the cake for the best one. I just preferred the settings, the combat, the atmosphere, and just the whole fighting, and also the music was the best in this one. But yeah, this one felt the most atmospheric for me, and this one was the one that really got me into the series. I also even bought the DLC for it recently because it was all on sale on Steam, so I just thought, why not? Tropico 3. It's... I think I need to play that more as well. One thing I have played enough though, and I can fairly comment on. In fact, you'll get this sometimes with hidden games. So brace yourself. Hidden games will be games I've completed, or games I've hardly played, so that should be a lot more interesting. But The Walking Dead, I really did enjoy this actually. But the thing is, I think I enjoyed it too much because when it came to the other Walking Dead games and the other Telltale games, I didn't enjoy those as much. Now, I am going to talk about those a bit later, but I think this one was the best one, to be honest. Haven't played 400 Days, but I do have this game on my laptop installed, so I will be playing this when I go to America, and I'm looking forward to playing it. But yeah, if you haven't played The Walking Dead, just check it out. It's so good. I mean, it's so good you could even play it if you're jet lagged. A complaint which was... You know what, I'm just going to mention this now. Wolf Among Us. I bought the game from Gamersgate, which is sort of a game retailing website, and it gave me a code. The thing is, it gave me a code for Telltale, for the Telltale website. And they have this annoying online DRM, which prevented me from playing the game at all. And yeah, that killed any fun I could have had with the game. I mean, I beat it. I played all 5 episodes, but I was just constantly scared the whole time I was going to be kicked out my game because of this online DRM. It was a load of rubbish. And I even got so scared I even pirated the game and just played all the episodes on that because I was so scared that I was going to have to go through all that shit again. But yeah, since then I have been a bit put off by the Telltale games, which is a bit of a problem. But I did still enjoy them. That is just sort of a personal thing that happened to me, which is just bad luck. Okay, Dawn of War 2. Need to play that more as well. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've got a massive backlog on Steam, but yeah. Space Marine. It's a shooter with combat, basically. I mean, it's good, but again, I need to play it more. Right, The Witcher games. I seem to be the only person in the world that cannot get into the Witcher games. I don't know why, I just can't get into them. I couldn't even get into 3. I mean, I have a friend who played 2, and I just said, do you understand how this game works? And they were just like, yep, I do. But I was just like, Okay, because I just cannot get my head around the combat. I mean, I'm probably just being stupid. In fact, I am quite a stupid person. I'm going to admit this now. But I could not get into these games. I don't know why. I mean, I put about 4 hours into both of them. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't force myself to get into it. There's just so much you've got to learn. It just overflows in my head and just... Ugh. Okay, and now, finally... The last game's just on this library, the XCOM games. One thing I will say, I haven't played this one, so I can't comment on this one. This one, however, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And where's my mouse gone? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Hello. But yeah, this game is amazing. I cannot recommend this game enough. I mean, it's on the console as well, so you've really got no escape this game. It does over this game, and also it runs quite well on laptops as well, especially modern ones, because this is a fairly old and unintensive game, so you shouldn't really have problems running it. But yeah, this is brilliant. I cannot get over that. I mean, I'm not sure I fully understand the game, but from what I've played, I've loved it. I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong, and RNG can screw you over, but I still really enjoy it. Cannot recommend it. And also the DLC, haven't played that, but I will do eventually. But I am sort of playing through my games in order from shortest to longest. So currently I am playing through the Devil May Cry games because they're about 8 hours long each. So that's why I'm playing through those. But I played 2 first because that's the easiest, and I agree with that. 2 is ridiculously easy. But we'll talk about Devil May Cry in a bit. But for now, I am going to take a quick break. It will be like 1 second for you, and then we'll talk about the rest of our library. So yeah, bloody hell, this is going to be a long video, so yep, see you in a second when we'll talk about the hidden games. Ding! Told you it would be a second. So, first up is Combat Assault Horizon. Oh, one thing I will say, this bit of the video should be a bit more interesting, because either I would have said haven't played this game enough, or I would have properly played through the game and would have said enough to be able to tell you. Ace Combat Assault Horizon. I didn't like it. It was boring. All the levels went on way too long. And also the levels were either on-rail shooting sections or plane sections where you had to keep locking onto targets and keep moving around. And it was just really annoying. Because you had to keep moving around, you had to keep locking onto targets, you had to keep shooting, and then you had to cross your fingers that you would fire, that you would hit them, and it was just, it just annoyed me. And I played through like 3 or 4 missions and just got bored of it and stopped playing it. Okay, Alan Wake. Haven't played these games enough. Don't really like them. Amnesia Machine for Pigs. Didn't like it. Also, I'm a bit crap when it comes to horror, so that's kind of why I didn't play it. I mean, apparently this was supposed to be easy, but for horror standards, but I still just couldn't get into it. I couldn't force myself to play it. Antichamber. This game is bloody hard. If you want a game that will melt your brain and, I mean, properly melt it, like boil your brain like so much that you would have migraines, yeah, stay away then yeah, get that. If you want a game that will hurt your brain, then get that. I got that for free. Armor, the first one. Hardly played it. Assassin's Creed 1's good, but a bit repetitive. I will say it's one of the better ones though, especially compared to Unity and 3. A lot of people like 3, I didn't. So, speaking of which, Assassin's Creed 3. Oh my god, this one was... Just what was the point of this one? I mean, it just wasn't interesting at all. I don't know why, I just thought it was boring. I mean, I just couldn't play it. Basement Collect. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just really couldn't get into it. I just thought it was boring. A lot of people agree with me, but they said it was boring. And also, there's not really a lot of assassinating. This just felt like a historical film. Sort of, like, if this was a film, this would be the sort of boring film my dad would watch. So yeah, that's why I didn't like it. Anyway, Basement Collection. I'm almost started moving on and talking about this earlier. I sort of just got this because it was 30p. It was alright. All the Arkham games. Asylum is really good, I would recommend that. Origins is good, but only get it if you enjoyed the other 2. In fact, someone say just get the other 2 and don't worry about Origins, but I would say it is worth playing, but only if you really like the other 2. Just don't expect it to be as good as the other 2. But yeah, Arkham Asylum is basically a Batman game set in Arkham Asylum, the mental asylum where all the inmates and villains went, and it is fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. Origins is a bit, it's just basically more City, but not as good as City. And also the voice actor isn't. It's a different voice actor, which sucks. Beat Buddy, hardly played it. Betrayer, got this on a humble bundle, hardly played it. The Binding of Isaac games, why are these on hidden? Because I've sunk so much time into these games, and I've learned about all the items and everything, but I just can't force myself to unlock everything, basically. I mean, I've played it enough, I've made my money's worth, so, but I don't know, just interest has sort of dwindled, and I just sort of just stopped playing. I will say that Rebirth is basically makes this version obsolete. I mean, this is just an upgrade in every single way. And I pre-ordered this, and I'm glad I did. That was so worth the money. That was an absolute brilliant game, and I loved it. But yeah, I did put about 50 hours, and interest just sort of went. But yeah, that also happened to a friend who put more hours into the game. But it just happens. Things happen. We'll say this ran on my laptop, no problem. This one, good luck running it. But this one, again, this ran on my netbook, and it ran amazingly on my netbook, so I could play it at college, and it was great. To be honest, I think I might start playing through that again, actually, on my laptop, because just, well, why not? Okay, Bioshock Infinite, I've played through it once, sort of forced myself to it. I mean, it looks nice, but it's not as good as everyone said it was. I mean, the shooting's alright, but not brilliant. I will say Burial at Sea. Both of those were great. I mean, the second one was amazing. The first one wasn't that great, but the second one makes up for the first one not being that great. And yeah, they're great. Burial at Sea, they're great. They're spooky. Like, they go back to Rapture, where the first one and the second one was set, and it's spooky again. This one was more set in like a happy, colourful city, and it's happy, and everyone is, yeah, it's not scary. But, and there's no atmosphere to it, but it was, well, there was an atmosphere, but it was a happy atmosphere. The ones that I don't like. But yeah, it was a good game. I could see why people enjoyed it, but it just wasn't for me. Bit Trip Runner, I got that for like 40p, and I didn't like it that much. I mean, it was alright. You press up, you jump, that's about it. Another game I got for like 40p. Excuse me. Yeah, this was a I can't even remember anything about it. No, seriously, I cannot remember anything about this. I think it was like a side-scrolling thing with shooting, and I remember that I think there was a difficulty spike in this actually. That sort of stopped me playing it. Yeah, Bloody Trapland. This playing with friends is an absolute laugh. If you have friends, play this game. But make sure you've got full energy. Like, you need to sit down sometime. Like, me and my friends tried playing this after an all-nighter of gaming, and we just couldn't do it. But yeah, it's great. Braid. I didn't get into this. I don't know why. I just didn't. I just couldn't be bothered to play it. A game I did bother to play though. This one, Brothers. Oh. Total Biscuit says this is his favourite game of all time. I could see why he thinks that, because I'm not going to spoil anything, but the story on this game, oh my god. It's so clever what they do in that. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Burnout Paradise, one of the first games I owned on Steam. I mean, it was cheap. It's a racing game basically. One thing I don't like, do you know in Burnout 3 you could sort of like, you have this aftertouch thing where you can move your wreck into other cars and cause them to get wrecked. But they don't have that in this, and that's kind of what killed it for me. And the graphics are nice, even for today. The graphics aren't that bad, but still. Yeah, I got Call of Duty World at War for Custom Zombies. I've made my money's worth, but haven't played it since. Call of Juarez Bound in Blood. Hardly played it. Don't really care to. It just doesn't interest me. Call of Juarez Gunslinger. I recently got this on a Steam sale. Oh, this game is brilliant. I recommend buying this full price. This is great. It's about a 6 hour game, but you've also got arcade mode, which is great fun. You've also got the showdowns. I don't really like the showdowns in this. It's a Western game, so obviously you've got showdowns. But I didn't really like the showdowns in this, but the shooting is so well done. I mean, it's like a faster version of Call of Duty, and it's so good. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, the pacing in this game is brilliant. And I mean, there's not too many weapons, but I really enjoy it. Clutch, it's a bit like Carmageddon, but with zombies. It's alright. Right, this game, Cook Serve Delicious. It's sort of like a cooking simulator, which is like a series of mini games. You'd be surprised on how good it is. I would check it out. Yeah, I got this game for free. I haven't played it at all. I just no. Dark Souls 2, yeah, we've already spoken about that. I also have the Scholar of the First Sin because I thought it would change things, but apparently I was wrong in that. It didn't change that much. I mean, it changed enough, but I mean, it changed. Actually, no, it changed a bit. I noticed a few changes, but not that much. DayZ, I got that for a birthday present from my friend. I'm not supporting DayZ because, well, for the simple reason, the developer abandoned it and started working on something else. I am not supporting this game at all. Dead Island Riptide, boring. Don't play it. No, really, just don't. Just don't. Don't waste your time with it. If you want to play Dead Island, play the original, but be warned it gets a bit boring towards the end. Don't waste your time with Riptide. Yep, I'm not going to comment on Epidemic. The Dead Rising series. I have also played the first one on 360 and I loved it. The mechanics are simple, but the gameplay is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's why I loved it. I mean, because the mechanics were simple, you could sort of, I don't know, embrace them, I guess you could say. And that's what I liked about it. The same for Dead Rising 2 as well. It was great. I will say that, get off the record, because Frank West, who was the guy from Dead Rising 1, he's a lot more interesting and off the record. So, instead of this guy here. Well, this guy right here. But, yeah, Dead Rising 2 is still good, though. I would recommend playing it. I did kind of get that because, well, last year it got announced that this game right here was going to be releasing on Steam. And, oh my god. Am I glad I got that? Because, I mean, it's quite a funny story, actually, because basically this was when the new consoles had come out, I told my friends that I would only buy an Xbox One if there were the only game worth buying on Xbox One was this game, at least at the time of the release. There are a couple more coming out, like I know there's a new Crackdown game coming soon. If that's any good, then that will probably make it a bit better, but, yep, this game. And then one day I'm just looking through Steam and I noticed that it's on upcoming releases and I'm just like, yeah, my jaw just dropped. And then 3 months later, that's what kind of why I bought 2, because I wanted to brace myself for 3. And I will say 3's a bit more action based. It's not as spooky and not as difficult, but it's still pretty damn good. It's still fun just to go and slay a bunch of zombies. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I mean, I know some people didn't like it, but I still liked it for what it was. Just a silly action zombie game. And I will say it was worth getting excited for, and I probably would have... And it was, I was right, it was the only Xbox One launch game worth buying. Because I also got Rise, I'm going to admit I pirated that, but I'm glad I did, because that game was boring. Then what have you got left? Nothing. But let's not talk about the Xbox One to prevent any arguments. I actually once got banned on a Twitch chat for quote unquote trying to start an argument about the consoles. No, I'm not kidding about that. But let's not talk about that, shall we? Sorry. Okay, the original Dead Space. I beat this on 360, haven't bothered to play it again on PC, but it's Dead Space, it's pretty good. A bit too action based if you like your Outlast and your Amnesia, but it's pretty good. Defy Gravity. Haven't played it. Dishonored. This is a great game. It's a stealth game. It's sort of like a stealth. It's like a supernatural stealth game, and you could choose whether or not you kill your victims or not. Obviously, it's a bit like Hitman, where you can kill other people or you don't have to. But yeah, it's brilliant. I can't recommend it enough. DLC Quest. This is only like a 40-minute game, but it's a damn good 40-minute game. I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to exploit the refund system. In fact, no, don't do that. It's a cheap game, so you might as well get it. And just if you like the game, then don't refund it because you'll be supporting your developers. Yeah, we've already spoken about Doom 3. I think you can only really enjoy it if you've played it back in the day, but now it's sort of dated, even though it's part of the game. Some could argue. Haven't Eldritch? I don't even know what that is. Dust is some fire I got in a humble bundle, and I just couldn't get into it. I mean, the graphics are lovely, but still. The Fear games. No, didn't like them. I mean, Fear 2 is gory, but that's the only thing. And once the charm, that's the only thing that really got me the game because of how ridiculously brutal it was. But once that charm wears off, you sort of just got a generic shooter. Fallout 3. Why is... Okay, no idea why Fallout's on there twice. Fallout 3 is... Just trying to get my train of thought straight. Yeah, this was absolutely amazing. I played this last summer. And yeah, about a year ago now, and I absolutely loved it. The DLC surprised me. I mean, one DLC, The Pit, I was not expecting that to be as good as it really was. Yeah, that surprised me. I actually told a friend to rebuy the game. If he already owned it at 360, he said, "Is it worth rebuying again?" And I said to him, "You know what? If you're gonna get the Game of the Year edition, then yeah, go for it because the DLC makes the game worth rebuying again." It's a bit dodgy on Windows 7 and Windows 8, but still. Far Cry 3. Amazing. I remember when this game came out, I knew that this was going to be a hit. And also this guy, Vaas. He is the best character in gaming. Ever. In my opinion. Vaas is brilliant. The guy who played him, he's a brilliant actor, and in fact I actually enjoy shows more that I've got Michael Mando, who played Vaas in it. He was actually in the first series of Better Call Saul, so that's kind of why I enjoyed that more than I did. But yeah, Far Cry 3, brilliant game, cannot recommend it enough. It's quite an old game now, believe it or not, so it shouldn't take too much to run it. Computers are getting a bit more powerful nowadays, so you could get a cheap computer that will be able to run the game no problem for quite cheap now. You'd be surprised. Mainly because of the new consoles, it's cheaper to get more powerful hardware. Anyway, Fez. I stopped playing that because the developer is a twat. I'm not going to start an argument about it, but I can't support the developer by playing his game. I'm sorry, I can't. Fist of Awesome, didn't play. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This one's the scariest, mainly because the thing about this one is that the jump scares, well, first of all, the jump scares, they shook the screen a bit more than they do in the other games, and also because the jump scare sound effects is this high-toned screech, and it's, yeah, it's it's quite scary actually, because again the screen shakes, so it sort of changes, and also because it's a high-pitched noise, and high-pitched noise actually like get to the back of your head a bit more. And that's why it stings a bit more. Yeah, it's a great game. Flat Out 2, hardly played. Football Manager 2015. Why is this on here? Purchase. Yeah, no idea why that's on there, but for whatever reason it is. Probably because it was on a free weekend or something. FTL. Couldn't get into it. I'm sorry, I couldn't. One thing I like about my roguelikes is I like knowing I'm making progress. That's what I liked about Isaac, is that you eventually start learning what the items did. And eventually you became just more powerful. But this game was just... Oops. What have I done? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Yeah, but this one, you didn't really make much progress if you failed, and I just didn't like it. I mean, it ran well on my computer, but... I mean, my laptop, but... Yeah. It's not for me. It's not my type of game. Fuel. My god, I've just noticed it's really warm in my room. Yes, because I've got the windows shut to prevent any motorbikes from coming by and making the noise, and also my fans off to prevent background noise. So yeah, forgive me if I am getting a bit freaked out by this heat. And also I've got a PS3 and a console on, so my room is gonna get a bit warm. But I've just noticed how it's bloody warm. Okay, okay. Fuel. Hardly played it. It's a big open world game. Game Dev Tycoon. bit too random number generator for me, but it's pretty good. It's a cheap strategy game. You should be able to run it on your netbook, no problem. Gary's mod, I got this to play with friends. The last time I played this was with a friend on Zombie Survival, and the time before that was on a live stream when we played what was it called? Murder, I think it was. But yeah, games like that are fun. In fact, just dicking about on this game is pretty fun, but still, it's I haven't put as many hours into this game than others have. Gianna's Sisters hardly played. GTA 4 and episodes of Liberty City. Didn't like them. I played about 20 hours of 4 and then I just lost interest. Played about 5 hours of each of these ones and lost interest. Same applies to San Andreas. I honestly, this one's a bit dated, to be honest with you. I mean, it was quite cool how you could turn off cops and then fly around in a big jet. But once that charm wore off, it just, nah. I mean, I don't even want to go back and play it. It just feels dated now. Guacamelee, some 2D fighter. Didn't like it that much. Half Minute Hero. This is hard to explain, but watch some videos on it. And if you like what you see, then check it out. The Half-Life games. Well, Half-Life 2, just the first one. I don't really see what the fuss is about, if I'm honest with you, when it comes to Half-Life. I think they're kind of boring. I don't know why, I just don't like the setting. And then the fact that there's no real like transition between the levels, it just annoyed me. I don't know why, but that just did. I'm stupid, but I know that I just didn't feel like I was progressing at all through the game, and that's why I didn't like it. Hard Reset. This is quite a good shooter. It's sort of like it's a bit like Shadow Warrior, but you shoot robots and stuff. I actually did watch a Zero Punctuation video on this, and he said this is going to sound really controversial, but it's not as fun to shoot robots than it is people. And you know what? He's kind of right. It's still a good game though. I would recommend it. It's quite cheap nowadays as well. Hitman Absolution. Blood Money's better. Just get Blood Money instead. Haven't played Home. Hotline Miami 1. The second one is so much better in every single way, but you could get this pretty cheap now if you find it on sale, so if you can, then check it out. Infestation. I had more fun with this game than I did DayZ. Also, this is also known as War Z, or War Z, whatever you want to call it. I had more fun with this than I did DayZ. But nah, no. But yeah, don't get it. I had more fun with this than I did the other games, but still, don't get it. It's rubbish. Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. Hardly played it. This was the first game I bought for 30p on Steam, and I bought it solely because it was 30p on Steam. Yeah, it's crap, don't get it. Ironclad Tactics. This is bloody hard. And that's why I don't like it, because it's bloody hard and I've hardly played it. Jazzpunk. This is quite a good game. It's quite funny, it's quite clever, but I couldn't get into it. I couldn't be bothered to finish it for whatever reason. I sort of forced myself to get to where I was at. Kane and Lynch, it's rubbish. Just some crap shooter, basically. Then again, saying that, I do kind of want to try it again. Because I did play it when I had a crap computer at the time, so I do kind of want to try that again. I might actually do that. Killing Floor, didn't see what all the fuss was about. Knock Knock, haven't played. Left 4 Dead 2, I've got that for free from Steam. Yeah, I'll talk about this a bit more. Killing Floor, I got it. I do see what the fuss is about, but I don't have any friends to play with on this for that game. I mean, at least. Same for Left 4 Dead 2. I like it, but I just don't have anyone to play with. Lego Batman, I honestly feel like I'm a bit too old for this game, to be honest now. I mean, I liked it when I was a kid, but now, no. I'm a bit too old for it. Love Trousers. This is a bloody difficult airplane game, and it's bloody, bloody, bloody hard. I've put about 2 hours in, and I'm almost finished the game, but bloody hell is it difficult. Right, Mafia 2. Amazing. DLC is a bit shoddy, but it's amazing. I mean, one thing I like about Mafia is that the story keeps you going and gives you enough context to keep playing the game. That's kind of why I didn't like the DLC, because there was no really real story to it. But yeah, Mafia 2, a great game. I would recommend it. It's pretty cheap nowadays. Magica. No idea why I bought that. In fact, if I bought that before when this refund policy came along, I probably would have refunded it. I mean, I have no idea why I got that. It was like £2, but I bought it anyway, and I haven't played it at all. But yeah, Manhunt. This was the first game I got on PC, on Steam, I mean, and I got it solely because I heard it was an illegal game. So I was just like, oh god, I've got to play that now. Yeah, banning games makes people want it more. That's sort of a rule for gaming. But I didn't beat it. I mean, it was interesting, but I just couldn't be bothered. And also, it's dodgy on Windows 7, so I wouldn't bother with it. Marlow Briggs, that was some in fact, that's exactly what this is. This is some God of War clone. In fact, I think this is purposely a God of War clone, and it just takes the mick out of gaming. If you could get it for £1, give it a go. I mean, it's purposely a bit poo. Max Payne 3, didn't like it. Thought it wasn't fun and the shooting was a bit too frustrating for me. There was nothing interesting about it. We already spoke about Metro. I have the Redux version now. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. This is... I'm trying to think about... Oh yeah! Honestly, I think this was the best game that released last year. This was great. I mean, it was just fun just to go around slaying orcs. I mean, I recently played this on my new graphics card, my 960, and it plays great on my 960. I love playing it at 60 frames. I mean, it's a beautiful game. If you've got a next-gen console, then definitely get this. This is a must-have if you own a console or a PC. This is a great game. Mirror's Edge, didn't like it. I don't even know why, I just didn't like it. Monaco, that's some 4-player top-down bank robbing game. I didn't like it because it's 4-player. Mortal Kombat, I've played this with friends a few times. I only really enjoy it when I play it with friends. I will say that I have played X and I don't like it because this one's got more characters. This one's better than X in every single way. So don't bother with X, get this one. This is a lot better. Napoleon Total War, yep, that was the only Total War I just didn't like. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not the only one that didn't like Napoleon, but still. Necrovision, these are some World War I shooters. I mean, they're okay, I just couldn't be bothered to finish them. Yeah, the tech demo for next car game. I think I made this thumbnail myself. Actually no, this is the reason you should buy next car game, because the tech demo is great fun to play with. If you haven't already, watch NerdCube's video on next car game, and it will sell you the game. It's a great. Novelist, haven't played. Ollie Ollie is some weird skateboarding game that I got on a bundle last Halloween, I think it was. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good, I just haven't played it properly. Orcs Must Die. The reason what killed this game for me is that the difficulty curve sort of spikes, sort of curves a bit too quickly. And that's what I didn't like about it, because it just got a bit too hard too quickly, and I just couldn't be bothered to play it anymore. I mean, I feel like I should enjoy it more than I really do, but still. Organ Trail. This is really good actually. It's based on Oregon Trail, which is like some educational game from the 80s or something, but this is, I mean, you have to play it for yourself, but that is an that is an interesting game. Our Darker Purpose, that just felt like an Isaac ripoff. Don't get it. Overlord, pants. Don't get it. Painkiller, Hell and Damnation. Painkiller Black's better, but that's still worth playing. Papers, Please. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best indie games of all time. I just can't recommend this game enough. Excuse me. I can't recommend this game enough. This is amazing. I mean, it's hard to explain. It's sort of like you work at a border control and you have to like mark in passports and things like that, which that context alone actually sold me the game. But yeah, just watch a video on it and you'll want to give this game a try. It's absolutely brilliant. I bought Payday for like £1, and yeah, I made my money's worth. I haven't touched it since. Poker Night games, yeah. Basically, last year when I obtained Watch Dogs, well, Watch Dogs has a poker mini game in it. That actually taught me poker because the mini game was so good in it. So I got both Poker Night games. I also bought it on the iPhone, but I don't have my iPhone anymore. I upgraded to Nokia Windows Phone. But yeah, Poker Night games are pretty good. I would recommend those. They don't take too much to run on laptops either. Pool Nation, hardly played it. Post-apocalyptic mayhem, some driving game. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a racing game. It's okay. It's cheap. It's low budget. Let's just say that. Postal games. Postal 1, it's a bit like Hatred, but less modern and not shit. It's actually a lot better than Hatred. And Postal 2 is a classic. Absolute classic. If you haven't played Postal 2 already, give it a try. It's absolutely amazing. Prototype 2, I also own Prototype 1 on my PS3. I bought it on the store, in fact by accident actually. That was one of my first PS3 games, one of my first, well at the time, next gen games. But Prototype 2, it's okay. It's okay. The first one's a bit better, but also I was a kid when I first played that first one, so I just got loads of enjoyment from killing the people. Yep, I played Prototype 2 when I was 13, and what? No one cares about the age ratings anymore. I'm not even going to bother commenting on these games. Oh, I will comment on Receiver though. I actually forgot that this existed. This is like some hyper-realistic gun simulator, and it's pretty much a toy. It's pretty much a toy game. In fact, I'm actually going to install it now. Yeah, it's pretty much a toy game. It's pretty good, but if you only get it if you can get it for like a couple of quid. I mean, it's a toy basically. Watch Total Biscuit's video on it. I actually forgot this existed, but yeah, it's a good game, so I would still recommend it. I forgot I own this. Red Faction, I'm not going to comment on. I forgot I own this one. Ride to Hell Retribution. Oh my god. Yep, this game is so bad they stopped selling it on Steam. That's how bad this is. Oh my god, this game, it's so bad it's hilarious. Just watch videos on it. This is the funniest game I've played in a long time. This is funnier than the Deadpool game. It's so awful, and that's why I love it, because it's so bloody awful. I can't recommend it enough. It's so bad. I mean, I told my friend about it, and he said, "Oh my god, this does look bad." Like, he didn't believe me at first, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it," and then he saw a video on it. It was just like, wow. Anyway, Rise of the Triad. You know, earlier I mentioned a game saying it was a shooter, but it was too hard for me to really get into. Rise of the Triad. This just felt like a school bully. This game, honestly, this game is a dick, and that's why I don't like it, because it just, I don't know why. It's just got this thing to it that makes the feel insignificant. What's the word? Makes you feel small. I mean, that is sort of the point. It's supportive. You're supposed to fight back and teach the game his boss, but I just didn't like it for that reason. And I've got personal reasons for not liking that, but that is sort of what the game is like. I mean, it's a good game. It's mechanically fine, but still. Risk of Rain. It's hardly played it. Rock of Ages. It's sort of like it's an interesting game. This is one to look videos up on because it's hard to explain, but it's interesting. Saints Row 2. Don't get it. PC port is poo. PPIP. Yeah, PC port is poo. And when I mean, it's not like a Dark Souls situation where it's just locked the frame rate. The game would randomly speed up and slow down on you. And the voice sounds were low quality. Nothing to do about that, and it doesn't work at all. So don't get it on PC. Saints Row 4, amazing. 3, actually no, in some ways 3 is better, but in some ways 4 is better. 4 was definitely quite interesting. I mean, I would recommend it, and also the DLC was pretty good for it as well. I didn't bother with the Christmas one because, well, it's July, but but still. I would recommend you pick that up. I really enjoyed that. I mean, it's about 20 hours long if you do everything, and the ending final missions are absolutely brilliant. And I mean, someone said to me, "Why would I buy that? It's just Saints Row 3 with mods." And I said, "Because the missions are fun. The missions are what makes this game good." Yep, the Serious Sam games. Double D is a side-scrolling shooter I got for like 70p. It's okay, I guess. And Serious Sam HD 1 and 2. They're alright. I mean, they're sort of dated now, but yeah, actually, you know what? I am going to install this as well. Yep, because why not? Yeah, Random Encounters like a RPG ripoff. Well, not a ripoff, like a sort of like a piss take out of RPGs. It's alright. Ship Simulator Extremes. What I don't like about this is that you can't really watch your ship sink. I mean, this sounds really bad, but I had the Ship Simulator game 2008. What I liked about it was that you could get the ships to crash into something and then teleport them to the ocean and then just watch them just drown. You can't do it with this one, and it sucks. I mean, that does sound bad, but that was sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. Skullgirls, I didn't like it. It's not my type of fighting game. I'm more of a Tekken person. Sleeping Dogs. This is basically GTA, but set in Hong Kong. And the fighting's a bit like Arkham Asylum. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a good game. The story's not amazing, but it's still pretty interesting and makes sense. And it's quite hard to keep my interest, but that kept my interest long enough to want to complete it. The Sniper Elite games are boring. I don't like the idea of sniping. It's just boring, so don't get them. Sonic All-Stars Racing, I hardly played it. I hardly played Transformed either. I mean, I bought that on a sale, but it's just not my type of game. I mean, it's like Mario Kart, but still, I just didn't click. Right, the South Park game. I liked it, but I'm not the world's biggest South Park game, so I didn't like it as much as other people did. Space Chem I've hardly played that. The South Park game is worth playing, actually. Spec Ops The Line. This is a horror game. Don't let the fact that it looks like a shooter put you off. This is a horror game. You'll see why when you play it. It's sort of this War of Mine horror, but it's horror, and it's freaky. You'll have to play it to explain it. I mean, I tried to get someone to buy it, and he played the demo and said, "No, I don't like it. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to buy it." But I just said, you need to play the whole game to get the full experience. But obviously, he didn't listen. Spelunky. It's not for me. It has the same problem I have with FTL, whereas if you don't really feel like you're making progress at times, which sucks. Whereas other games you do. Spiral Knights, that's just some demo I have for whatever reason. Stacking was an interesting puzzle game. I actually bought the code of this off eBay and had an argument with the seller, who was being a bit of a knob about it. And yeah, that did sort of put me off playing that, because I don't know, that was just annoying me. Starseed Pilgrim, I don't even know what that is. I got that on a humble bundle, and I just, nah. Not going to bother commenting on that. Super Hexagon. Yeah, just get it. Don't ask what it is, just get it. It's brilliant. It's an arcade game, basically. You can get it on your phone as well. Only a couple pounds. Get it. Don't ask, just get it. Super Meat Boy. Bloody difficult. And that's why I don't like it, because I mean, that makes me sound really bad, like, oh, I don't like it, it's too hard. But no, you got to be pixel perfect to really get far in this, and I just don't have the patience for it, I'm afraid. Surgeon Simulator. I found this more frustrating than fun. I know some people thought this was the funniest thing ever, but no, I just really couldn't get into it. The Swapper. It's a weird game. It's sort of relaxing, but it's sort of spooky at the same time. Yeah, you have to play it to find out. I would worth recommending. I would worth getting it. I don't remember buying this. Well, I kind of do, but I don't remember how I got this. Yeah, and I don't remember how I got that either. Right, the original Thief. Didn't like it. And honestly, I played No, not the original Thief, like the new Thief. I played the original Thief, and I think that's a lot better. This one is just a bit, nah. It's okay, I guess. It's just a lesser version of Dishonored. This was one of the first games I bought on PC, Thrillville. I got this when it came out on the PS2, and I loved it. So this is sort of a childhood game. It's just so fun just to build parks, to build all rides and everything. It's just so good. So yeah, check that out. It's sort of a roller coaster game, but it's from a third-person perspective where you control a guy who runs around the park. You don't build it from scratch. You sort of just build the rides and everything, and it's pretty good. I would check that out. Okay, the Splinter Cell games. Double Agent I never finished. I don't know why. I just never bothered to finish it. There were levels which were set in like the database, and you had to figure out where you had to go for yourself, and it just too open. I had my complaint which I have in games where I just got lost and couldn't be bothered to work out where I had to go. But yeah, that lost my interest after a while. Conviction was okay. I mean, not the best, only about 6 hours long. It was alright, I guess. Tomb Raider Anniversary, hardly played. Oops. Yeah, that's like the trial for the old version of Total War Rome. Yep, series purchase. Tower of Guns, that's another roguelike shooter which I've hardly played. That's another game which I've hardly played. Train Simulator, yeah, of course. Right, don't worry guys, we're almost done, even though this is about an hour and a half video. Like I said, this is basically a podcast. Typing of the Dead Overkill. Right, House of the Dead Overkill is a game that came out on the Wii and it came out on the PS3. It's brilliant. Typing of the Dead Overkill is also brilliant, but the thing is, this also has the Typing of the Dead where you gotta like type sentences and stuff or words to kill the zombies. That was based off a Dreamcast game, and that's really good. You also got the actual on-rail shooter section itself, but the thing is, yeah, try playing an on-rail shooter with the mouse. There's no co-op or anything. Well, there is, but it doesn't work properly. But yeah, actually, you know what? I am gonna recommend this. Just be warned, it's not the greatest thing on PC, but I would still suggest it. I remember when I this released, I freaked out because I missed House of the Dead, and I finally got it, and I loved it. I'm glad I got it. Universe Sandbox. Hardly played it. Don't have the imagination for it. There's no real objective or anything. Don't remember what this is. This is something that came with Shadow Warrior Viscera Cleanup Detail. You got to clean things up and like destroy everything, and you don't win or anything, you've sort of just got to clean it up. It's just a sandbox, basically. The Void, don't remember what that is. Don't even remember buying that. Or Warfare, either, so we're going to skip Warfare. Right, Walking Dead Season 2. I've discussed my opinion on Wolf Among Us, but the thing with this one... Hold on, I'm just sorting out my microphone, I don't know what it's doing. The thing with Season 2 is that I went through a similar situation that I did with this one than I did with Season 1, where I played the first 4 episodes, then I went on holiday to America, and then when I came back I played the last one. That's exactly what I did with this one. But this one lost my interest along episode 3. I don't know why, Season 1 was a lot better in every single way. This one wasn't. Just get Season 1, I would suggest. I mean, Season 2 was necessary, but I just preferred Season 1 so much better. Season 2 was alright, I suppose. Okay, The Witcher. Again, suffered the same problems as the other ones. I just couldn't get into them. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Oh god, my voice is getting tired. I've been speaking for like an hour and a half and I've only had one break. Wolfenstein: The New Order. It's pretty good. It does require a bit of a beast computer to be able to run it on the lowest settings. But it's a pretty good shooter. Probably the second best game that released last year. I mean, I had a few PC related technical difficulties, but I still really enjoyed that. Even made a review for it, which has now been taken down, unfortunately. World of Goo, haven't played. And Xenoclash is a first person fighter, which I don't like that much. Whew. Yep, that's my entire Steam library. Oh my god. That took forever, and it's harder because I'm in a boiling hot room. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, hold on. hidden. I'm actually going to, whoops. Nope. I'm actually going to install Kane and Lynch before I do anything else. Right, I'm now going to switch to my, where is it? Here it is. I'm going to install this as well. Okay, because I'm going to try that again. All I remember is it was a pretty mediocre game, but I'm going to try it again. Okay, bloody hell, that took ages. Whew. But we're not done yet. We've got to do the PS3 games, so I'm just going to switch to my phone, and then we'll talk about the PS3 games. Almost done, guys. Thank you for sticking by. Okay. Bloody hell, there's been about a 10-minute gap from when I last recorded till now. I needed a proper break after that, and also it's completely roasting in my room. I mean, you could probably bake a cake in this room because it's so warm, and I had to have the windows shut to prevent any motorbikes or anything from going by and making a noise, and I had my fan, which is over there. I had to have that off. But I'm alright now, and also I'm surprised my computer, which is down there, and my PS3, which is down there, both survived. Anyway, what I'm currently playing at the moment, Devil May Cry 2, because it's the easiest one. I've also got, well, the HD collection, so 1 and 3. I would agree 2 is very easy. I mean, I'm actually on mission 9, and I've been playing for about an hour and a half, and there's apparently only 17 missions. 1's bloody hard, and 3 I haven't played yet. I'm waiting to beat 1 before I move on to 3. But the thing is, 3's bloody hard, so I might not. So I might struggle with 3. But then again, if 3 is a much more enjoyable game, then I might be able to play that before I finish 1. So yeah, we'll see. Next game, Metal Gear Solid 4. Honestly, I played Ground Zeroes. I think I've been spoiled by this. This seems to be a bit dated, to be honest. No. God of War 3. I also had the HD collection, which I got rid of because I played through 1 and didn't enjoy 2 that much. This one I am enjoying though. So yeah, all these games are going to be PC or PS3 exclusives basically, or games I can't get on PC. Condemned 2. Yep, I haven't played that enough to really comment on it. Yep, that's another one. I'm sorry. And Killzone 2. This is sort of just a hardcore shooter basically. Need to play that a bit more as well. From what I played, it's alright though. And also installed on my on my PS3, Demon Souls. Remember when I said Dark Souls is my favourite game of all time? That's why I bought Demon Souls. I'll tell you what, it's bloody difficult. Demon Souls is... The thing is, Dark Souls sort of balanced the difficulty just about right. This one sort of goes too far in the opposite direction. And it's hard, I didn't like it. Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. I haven't played it enough. I sort of got that because I went through a phase where I was bringing in my PS3 into college every Thursday, and we would play Tekken. These 2 games, which we'll talk about in a bit. So we also got this, but we never played that, to be honest. We were always on these games. But yeah, Tekken 5, I got that for nostalgia because I played Tekken a lot as a kid. And I got this one because it was the latest one. Can't wait for Tekken 7. There's been rumours that that's coming out on PC. But yeah, these are my favourite fighting games, the Tekken franchise. They're absolutely amazing. So if you want a good fighting game which has got good controls, these are basically, use these 2 for fists and these 2 for legs, pretty much. And left is left, right is right on the controller. So, left, right. And I don't know why, but that control scheme works really well. And also, finally, we have Infamous, which I need to play a bit more. But honestly, I prefer Prototype over Infamous, but I can see why people like Infamous. Oh, bloody hell. So that was my game library. And yes, I am currently playing through DMC2. Oh, I'm not covering the camera with my hand, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was my library. Sorry that this video was so long. Oh my god. Bloody hell. I'm so tired after doing that. Never make a video that's 90 minutes long. Oh. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys later.